All right, can we do today? Tomorrow, I'm sure you can. Hold on, pop it on here. Hearing lots of feedback. Okay, so Fruit Pinch Energized comes out tomorrow, and we got to try that at New Leaders, and it's amazing. So I'm really excited for you guys to get to try that. So tomorrow that one starts. I haven't sent out an email to all my customers, but I've heard some other coaches are doing that. So I don't know if you guys have let your customers know that's coming out, but it's always a good way to drive volume when you have new products or new something coming out, because people that have bought from you in the past are more likely to buy from you again. So it's just a good market to send an email to. So if I get something sent, you guys will get it, and then you guys can send it off too. Let's see. The next thing then is the Ultimate Portion Fix comes out on March 4th. It's 2 weeks from today already, which is kind of crazy. Let's see. If you guys hop on, go ahead and mute yourself so that it doesn't feedback. Okay. So Ultimate Portion Fix starts on the 4th. So they're making it available just to coaches first on the 4th, and then 2 weeks later they're going to make it available to everybody, so it gives us a chance to kind of go through it ourselves first. I'll go through it a little bit more in my talk because they talked about it a little bit in New Leaders, but I'm really excited for it. Portions containers to me have been like the best nutrition thing I've ever done. I wasn't a huge 2B mindset person, so I'm super excited to dive into it a little bit more. So there's going to be like, you can just go through it. You can become certified in it, just like 2B Mindset had a certification. And then they're actually even going to have like a master series for Portion Fix. I'm not 100% sure what that's all about yet, but just how you can be like a master trainer, like a master live trainer. You can be like a master Ultimate Portion Fix person too. So something else you can do. So, okay, so that's all I have for announcements. Then what I wanted to do is just kind of tell you guys like what New Leaders was all about. So I'm sure you kind of were watching posts and stories from all the coaches that were there, but it was insanely incredible, like so much fun. So all of you can absolutely make it by next year to qualify for New Leaders. So it's always in Los Angeles, and it's always in February. Is that where yes, February. So to qualify, you have to be a 1-star diamond, I think by the end of 2019. So by the end of this year, you have to be a 1-star diamond, which is totally doable. You have an entire year to do it, and you absolutely can do it. And it is something you do not want, you want to make that part of your vision board. Because it just puts your focus in the business to a whole nother level. And everyone there is like successful leaders who are just pushing their business forward. And it's so motivating. And it's a smaller group. I think there was like 450 coaches. So, there's literally like 20,000 people, I think, summit. So it's fun to have like this small group of people. So I really enjoyed it. So when we got there, we started off, we got to do like a tour of Beachbody Corporate. So that was super fun. Where like Carl's office is and all the like administrative people. And I loved like they had like a whole Shakeology bar. So they can just, this is where they work every day and they can just go get their shake. And then they have like the whole performance line just everywhere. So you can have that whenever you want. And just seeing like they have the top 10 wall. So they have all the new top 10 coaches all up there and their like favorite quotes or whatever. They have a couple gyms in there where they have like all of them are hooked up to the TV so they can all pick their workouts. Like it was such a cool place. I absolutely loved it. So that was really fun. And then after that, Friday afternoon, we started doing some sessions. So I was just kind of going to go through what a lot of the coaches taught us. They had some of the top coaches and then some administration who was talking to us. And if you guys saw, I went live a couple times the last day. I finally thought to do it. So there's a couple of talks that I put on there. So it started off, Carl kind of talked to us. And the biggest thing he like kept saying over and over and over is fear is not welcome here. Fear is not welcome here. Because for everybody, no matter who you are, where you are in your business, that fear creeps in at some point. That mean girl person kind of comes in and starts talking to you. And it's just like so important to know, like, when does it come and what does it say? It's the same thing I feel like I'm going through like Transform 20 right now. I'm working so much on like the mental obstacles. So where am I at in my workout when like I start telling myself, it's okay, I've worked hard enough. I can start I can start backing down. Or it's the same thing in your business. Like, where do you get, maybe you're about ready to send your invites and then that mean girl starts talking to you like, nope, that person's not going to be interested. They already have their own thing going on. Like, we give people a reason to say no before we even ask them. So fear is not welcome here. And he kept saying, don't focus on the outcome, focus on the actions, because your everyday actions are what is going to get you to where you want to be. And he said it's those vital behaviors that create the action. And that's actually one of the biggest takeaways that I had. It's so easy. And I feel like I say it every single time I talk to you guys, but every single top coach we had, I think there was 5 top coaches that talked to us, but every single one of them said consistency in your own personal journey and like showing up on social media and doing the vital behaviors, inviting, working on yourself, drinking your shake, doing your workout, starting conversations. Like, literally, those are the things that they talk about all the time. Like, we make it, we all of us do it. Like, we make this business so difficult and we overcomplicate it, but all of them say it comes down to that. If you're not consistent and you're not showing up and you're not inviting, you're not going to go anywhere. It's as easy as doing those things every single day. And that's what's going to get you there. And it just is so motivating. Every time I hear it, I'm like, this business does not play favorites. Like, anybody who wants to work hard can totally make it. Okay. So that was Carl. Okay, so then Amy Rada was one of the first coaches that talked a little bit. And if you saw, she actually came and sat by me during one of the things. And I was like total like geeking out. I was so like, oh my gosh. And she is like just as sweet in person as she comes across on social media, which just like it's just so awesome that someone so genuine and down to earth is like a top 10 coach, you know, and like she just is herself on social media and it comes through and it's what's worked for her. So the coolest thing about her story is she said her whole talk was about what a difference a year can make. So a year ago, she was at New Leaders Conference. So nobody knew her. She was just in the crowd, 1-star diamond. Nobody from corporate knew her. And she is now 1 year later, a 15-star superstar diamond and in the top 10. Like, that's what can happen in a year when you like put your mind to it. And that like blew my mind. I couldn't believe it. The other person that was there, what's her name right now? Kate Schultes or whatever. She was just like a brand new coach last year. So she was actually at the conference as a like participant because this was the first year she qualified for it, which is so crazy to me. What can happen in a year? It's so cool. So Amy was saying, like, she talked about what made the difference for her for this year. And her first thing she said is getting rid of self-limiting beliefs. So she said, you have to be your biggest fan, your spouse, your mom, your friend. Like, at some point they won't be your biggest fan. You have to be your biggest fan. You have to believe in yourself and you have to do it. And she talks a lot about the inner mean girl. So I don't know, we did read that book as a team at one point. I'm trying to remember what it was called. Oh yeah, Mastering Your Mean Girl. And she really liked that book. If you have not read it, I totally recommend it. Because she, again, is talking about when that person starts talking to you, trying to like talk you out of your goals and talk you out of your actions, what you can do to combat that. So she said, get rid of your self-limiting belief, believe in yourself. And then number 2, take action. And that's, again, what they all talked about. You just have to do it. She said, you have to make the time. So when she like built her business, she was a full-time teacher commuting. And she got up at 3:45 every single day to do her power hour, get her workout done, do everything before she went off to her job. And I mean, not all of us need to get up at 3:45, but if this is it just was a huge, like, if you want to make this work, there is a way. There's always a way. And she doesn't have to do that anymore. She maybe had to do that for a year or 2, but she doesn't have to do that anymore because she created the freedom for herself. So she said, find the time, make the time, go all in. And she said, don't be afraid to have big dreams and have a big plan. You can't just dream about it. You actually have to make a plan to get there. So plan out your action. How many posts do you want to do a day? How many calls to action do you want to do? How many invites do you want to do? Like, make a plan that's going to be as big as your goals. All right. And it's just a matter of how much action you take. You can build a successful business in the power pockets or Yeah, power pockets of your day. And that's the cool thing. I mean, most coaches that start this business are, working full time or have a super full schedule, and they don't have 4 hours of time to sit and work their business. They have 10 minutes here, 30 minutes here, 40, and that's how they all built it. So that's all you need. And then she said, enjoying the journey along the way, which I do think is very important. And I don't feel like I've been so good at that, but I'm trying to do better at like celebrating all the wins along the way. When you get a new customer, I mean, be excited about it. That's what we're trying to do all the time. When you hit a new rank, celebrate that, whatever it is. Like, we're never as far as we want to be. Even Ashley Lachlan right now is not as far as she wants to be. That's how we all are. That's why we're here. We're goal-driven people, and we're always excited for that next step. So don't forget to celebrate the success along the way, or you're going to lose that joy of it. All right. So then what has made the most impact on her business? And this is what I think 3 of the 5 coaches that talked about all said number 1 was personal development, which to me, again, blows my mind. What's up, buddy? You want to come say hi? So all of them say it too, and it's one of those things, like, I put it off so long in my business because I was like, hi. You going to say hi? Is that mommy's friends? Yeah. Because you feel like, oh, I've got so much stuff to do. This is the thing I need to put to the side because I don't have time for this. But that's mama's. No, it's here. Want to watch this? Okay, sorry guys, 1 second. What's Daddy doing?
I'm still watching my monsters. Bad guys.
Bad guys?
Yeah, bad guys.
Of course it's not going to work. I'm sorry, guys. Okay.
Oh, my mouse. This one?
Yep, we're going to find it.
That's Mama's phone.
Thank you, sweetie. Okay, ready?
Yeah, Papa.
Okay, there you go. Okay.
You forgot.
There you go. You got it?
Yeah.
Okay. So personal development. And she said you want to use it every single day to fill you up when the world brings you down. And I've heard a couple people say that, how personal development is your armor, right? Because things are going to try to tear us down and things are going to try to kill your confidence. But personal development is what keeps you strong and what keeps you like so focused on your goals and your dreams that doesn't matter. When you get those no's, when you get those rejections, when you get those nasty comments, they don't get to you because you have this armor built up around you. So she said, allow the words of your PD to become your truth, to become what you believe about yourself, and allows you to grow into the leader you know that you deserve and your team deserves. And then she's also just very big on setting your goals. So a lot of people said the same thing, like really setting out goals every 12 weeks to really push harder and like visualize your goals every single day. Actually, like visualize yourself. If you want to be a 1-star diamond going to NLC next year, visualize yourself being there. And like, I want to be a 5-star elite coach. So I need to visualize myself walking across that stage at Summit, getting that, whatever. So visualize yourself in that spot. If you want to lose 20 pounds, visualize what you're going to be and how it's going to feel, and get yourself so excited about how you're going to feel in that point that you're just so driven for it. So some of her favorite books, I think some of you guys have read some of these, but I wanted to let you know some of these as well. So Failing Forward, I have not actually read that book. Has anyone read that one? Failing Forward? Nope. So that one's one on my list, and it's all about like, it's okay to fail and it's okay to not hit every goal because likely you're still closer than you were before. Girl Wash Your Face, which I know a lot of you have read that one. Mastering Your Mean Girl. The 12-week year, which is all about setting goals in 12-week spots. The 5-second rule, which is one of my favorites, by Mel Robbins, just to help you not talk yourself out of things that you need to do that are in line with your goals. The Slight Edge, which I haven't read that one either, so that one's on my list. Present Over Perfect. 10X Rule. Miracle Morning. And the 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. So those are all her top books. So I will definitely be reading all those next. So she was incredible and she was super sweet. After that, Ellie Tessitore talked, and she was talking about how to become a leader and how it really starts with you believing in yourself, having confidence in yourself, and then having that for your team. So she was like, how do you become successful? How do you change your behaviors? And number one for her was affirmations. So that was another thing that at the beginning of my business, I just totally didn't even do. Now I have a notebook, and I write my affirmations out every single morning, but I used to not. And affirmations are really your goals, like telling yourself where you want to be. So for me, I want to be a 5-star elite coach in 2020. So that's what I say every single morning. Or just other things like I wanted to follow T20 or Transform 20 100%, and I want to become a Success Club All-Star or Success Club 10 All-Star Legend. So those are things I say every single morning. And then she talks about the inviting process and inviting 3 coaches a day, setting out 3 invites to coaching every single day, which I'm guilty of not doing that. I try to send out like 5 to 7 coach invites a week, but definitely not a day. So that's how she's grown her team so big. Okay, so I thought this one was interesting too. So Kim Carver, he's part of the administration. He was talking about how to train your new coaches. And I know a bunch of you are kind of starting to like build your team now and get new coaches. So one of the things he said is a lot of times we get so focused on getting them trained, getting them in our modules, that we almost make them feel like there's a lot they have to do
Mama,
before they can even get started.
yeah.
So we kind of almost start to overwhelm them with, you don't know everything you need to, so you need to learn it all before you can start. And he said that's not the way it is. The most successful coaches just jump in right away and just go for it. Because you guys probably already know too, you learn as you go. None of us are perfect when we start, but it's by starting to post and by starting to talk to people, you learn how to have those conversations better. You tweak your invite more. You tweak what kind of conversations you have with people. So you just by jumping in and just doing it is what really helps them more quickly. So he recommended getting them talking to close friends and family right away, because that is a good way to get your business just started. Those are your warm market. Talk to people, just tell them what you're doing and have them just say, you know what, I'm kind of nervous about starting this new business and I'm just looking for someone who wants to start these workouts with me. I'm really excited for them, and just, find 50 to 100 people that are close to you and just invite them first. And by getting that first customer, and he said to try to get that first customer in the first week, you're going to just help build their confidence right away to help them run more, and help them bust through the anxiety of inviting. So one of the things he said is so important to right away is just to get them posting every single day on social media. So if you guys watched my video yesterday, I talked about that too, and posting every single day, because it really is important. It is like the open sign on your business by doing that. If you're not posting every day, people don't even know what you're doing. They don't even know they can join you. So it's just really important to just be sharing that every single day. And then he also, a couple of them too, talked about the Success Club tracker. So is everyone starting to use that, the Success Club tracker? Yeah, I see a lot of head nods. That's awesome. So if you don't, or if you haven't heard of it, it's on the Beachbody Champions page on Facebook. So go to Beachbody Champions, and I think it's in files or something like that. It's one of the headings. If you go there, you can find it and print it off. But it's really the vital behaviors that you want to do every single day. So it's just a good way to stay focused. And I think focus is super important when you're busy. And I know I can look at every single one of you, and I know, oh, thank you, Melanie, units. That's what it's called. So you could go to units on Beachbody Champions and find it. But that's why I feel like focus is so important, because we are all so busy. And sometimes you only do have 10 or 15 minutes to work on it. You just go and see what box you have not checked off yet, and then say, okay, I'm going to find 20 people that I'm going to send friend invites to in this 10 minutes. So you can get something done and not just scroll. Because if you get stuck in the scrolling game, you're not going to get anywhere. So you just have to stay uber focused on what you're doing. So I love that tracker, and that is really helping. Even top 10 coaches are using that and getting success with that. So it is important to use that. Okay. So then that night, what did we do that night? We had some sort of, I think we just had the welcome reception that night, and it was fun. Like Amy Rada was just walking around, she's seriously the most down-to-earth person ever, just chatting with people, and like Carl was rocking around, and Michael, the guy with the really weird voice. So I've never loved that guy because I'm like, is he real? Like this guy is like, I actually really liked him the trip that we were on. He just seems awesome. So I'm just super impressed with all the administration and the heart of Beachbody and just how genuine people are and family focused people are. It's just like I just fell in love with the company all over again, I feel like. Okay, so then Saturday morning we had a live workout, and we got to do one with Autumn. And so it was all about the recordings that she's going to do for like 21 Day Fix coming up and 21 Day Fix Extremes, the live recordings. And my butt was sore for 3 days. So I'm super pumped with those new workouts because they're going to be good. I was a little nervous she's just going to do like the exact same workout for 21 Day Fix, but I think she is like, that was not a workout I've done before. So I think she said she did like the cardio. We did the cardio day of week 2 and it was intense. So I loved it. So that's going to be a whole lot of fun. But we couldn't tape it at all, which made me so upset because those workouts haven't come out yet. So she didn't want us to tape it, but it was fun. So, and then after that, we started sessions again. So Ali Tessitore, the top coach, one of the top coaches, talked again. And she really talked about making a business plan of action. She's a super organized coach. I was very impressed with how organized she is. But that's because she said, I am busy and I have to be organized in order to be successful and be present in my life, because if you're just all over the place, you're never present in what you're actually doing. So she talked about having like a yearly plan, a quarterly plan, a monthly plan, and a daily plan. So her yearly plan, she laid out, Beachbody has already laid out for us when all of the new programs are for the rest of the year. So we know that Ultimate Portion Fix is coming out in March, and then they're going to do the live workouts April 1st and April 21st for 21 Day Fix, 21 Day Fix Extreme. Then this summer is the Morning Meltdown 100 with Jericho and trying to get 100 morning workouts at a time. And then there's going to be some new program at the end of the year they haven't told us about, but they lay all of that out. So I always write that all out on my calendar so that your business mind is trying to okay, so how am I going to start talking in my posts to start talking about that? So a lot of us work out in the mornings. So by doing that and posting our workout stuff, we're already starting to advertise for the Morning Meltdown 100. I'm so pumped for that because I'm a huge person about morning workouts. I think it makes your entire day more productive. So I'm going to be talking the crap out of why I love morning workouts over the next few months, because that's going to be what attracts people, right? So just laying out your entire year so that when you want to talk about it. She said early on, she would talk about a new program launch the day it came out, and you're going to miss a whole ton of people when you do that. So it's really important just to be aware of when those new programs are coming out so you can talk about it and people will come to you and not someone else who's talking about it before you, okay? And then she talks about breaking it down into quarters and really just kind of focusing on your goals and hitting everything during that quarter. And then monthly plan. So every single month too, I like to lay out when are your challenge groups going to be? When are you going to have coach sneak peeks? And I'm going to try to do those more often. That was actually the first time I've actually run my own. So my goal is going to be to have one every single month. And then also I think I'm going to do a challenge group sneak peek. I don't know, last month you guys saw how I was struggling towards the end of the month to hit Success Club. Last month was the worst month I've had in over a year. I don't think there was the whole 2018. I don't think I struggled as much as I did last month. So you saw what I did. I upped my invites. I upped how many conversations I had every day. And I did a sneak peek and I did promos and all of that kind of stuff. And I ended up hitting Success Club. So I do think that challenge group sneak peek was really good because it was just good again to invite people to free information. Just having something free to invite people to is easier for them to say yes. So I do plan probably last week of the month, I'll probably keep doing like challenge group sneak peeks. And I totally recommend you guys trying to do them yourself as well. Because it's number one, it's a good way to start practicing talking about what we have to offer. So when people are asking you questions, it starts just coming naturally. But again, it's just something to offer people that's free to give them more information. All right. So she also talked about doing coach sneak peeks, free groups. And I know free groups is something I kind of want to do a little bit more too. I haven't thought all about when I'm going to do them, but I know Ashley Lachlan, like the year she was building, she did a free group every month. So, yeah, free groups are a good thing to do, and I will kind of plan some out, and then we can do some of those as well. And then your daily business tracker, she talked about too. So she talked about posting with purpose, and again, planning your entire week out, like I talked about in the video yesterday, before you even get there, so you know what you're posting about every single day. The other thing she talked about, which I'm not sure which balance I want, but I do think I do it too much, is she said to do one call to action a week. All right. So I was in the habit of pretty much doing a call to action every single day, because I was a little like, well, if someone liked this post and related to it, I want them to know they can join me. But the thing I was noticing is, like, the last couple months, I wasn't getting much engagement at all. Like 5 people would like something, maybe someone would comment, but I wasn't getting much for engagement. So the last couple of weeks, I've tried to do better at just doing a post, like doing a post on everything I used to say and still talking about what I'm doing, but just putting it out there and maybe asking some sort of question to get engagement, but not doing a call to action. And I, like, all of a sudden on a bunch of my posts, I get like 100 likes, because people aren't so scared to click on it when you're just doing a post. And then I'm still thinking I'll probably do 2 to 3 calls to action, because I don't know if it's like you have to be top coach material to do one post, one call to action, and people know what you're talking about. So I think I still might do it more than once, but I'm not going to do it every single day like I used to. Because I definitely think they're important. If you don't do a call to action, nobody knows what you're doing. But I think if you don't do them as often, you will get more likes and comments. So you will have an idea of who's watching you, and you'll be able to reach out to more people. All right. It's just not as intimidating for them to like it. So that is something that I took away with that I want to do more of. I thought this was interesting. She talked about the rule of 7, that a buyer needs to hear or see your message 7 times before they actually will join you. So the first, just because they see one post does not mean they're going to join you. It takes them a while. Megan says, oh, nice. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. So Megan said she found the same thing. If she just does a call to action all the time, she doesn't get as much engagement either. So yeah, absolutely. Awesome. Okay. So then Autumn came on and they talked about the ultimate portion fix. Have you guys seen many trainings on this yet? Been watching a couple. I think they've been, I haven't seen any yet where they are like actually interviewing Autumn. She was actually going to go, I think, on her personal page and give some information on it, or a training on it, because we've done some like team trainings on it, but they always like fill up. I've never gotten to one because every time I try to get there, it's already full. But she was talking, okay, so the whole thing about the ultimate portion fix is she's going deeper into why the colored containers actually work. All right. So she said, if people understand the why behind it and why we do as many containers a day as we do, and why we do this size of containers and why it's important, she said people will stick to it better if they get the why behind it. And they also kind of break it down. I'm trying to remember all the different, they're going to do a lot with like healthy lunches for kids, which I'm super pumped about. So that'll be a big talking point for people, because everyone struggles with knowing what to put in their kids' lunch every day. So they'll go more into portion control and really explain like every single detail about it. Balanced macros, which I'm not a huge macro person. I've never really learned a ton about it. So I'm excited to learn more about that. And then just eliminating processed sugar and eliminating your addiction to sugar, which is a huge thing for people. So they're going to go into all of that. So I think it's going to be like 36 videos and a workbook that you'll go through, kind of like another tracker type of a thing. And also you're going to get like a Fix 8 Volume 2, which I'm super pumped about. I think there's like 300 new workouts or something like that, or not workouts, sorry, recipes. And again, it's going to be standalone. So like the 2B mindset, how that's never just given to people. They have to purchase it extra. That's going to be like what this is. So I'm not exactly sure. I mean, Autumn said when someone new signs up, sign up with the Ultimate Portion Fix and like a program. So I'm not exactly sure cost wise what all that's going to look like, but I mean, it's definitely a good way to get people, because obviously we know nutrition's 80% of what we do. So, so the program launches on March 4. Only coaches can buy it first, and then the regular customers will get to buy it on March 18. And then they'll reshoot 21-day fix on April 1st. So anyone who buys the Ultimate Portion Fix will get access to these live workouts. So April 1st will be 21-day fix, and then after that, 21-day fix extreme. And that's really kind of all we talked about with it. So that's kind of all I know at this point. But I do see that they're going to be doing trainings with Autumn on the Beachbody Champions page. So keep watching there for more information on it. And watch, I'm sure Ashley Lachlan will be doing some videos about it the closer we get to. She's actually in the test group for it. So she was kind of, it's something she'll probably be talking about more. Okay, so I got about 6 minutes left. Oh man. All right. So I'm going to quick run through some of this, like a few more things. So Amy Rada talked again. She talked about how you should use your social media as your accountability partner. And I loved what she had to say. So when she started, she only had 400 followers on Instagram. You got to go ask Daddy. Okay, buddy? Can you go ask Daddy? She started with 400 followers on Instagram, and she's grown her Instagram to 70,000 followers in 3 years. Hey, Daddy, can you bring water in here, please? Okay. 70,000 followers in 3 years, and she did it all on her own. So she never, ever, ever, ever had an Instagram growing business ever. She just YouTubed and Googled and learned how to do it and figured it out and did it herself, which I think is pretty awesome. So she talked a lot about do what works best for you and do what brings you joy. And to me, that relieved a lot of pressure, because like with posting, some people will talk, she still posts like multiple times a day. She said when she was growing her Instagram, she'd post like 6 times a day, but she loved it. Like to me, that stresses me out. Or she was like, quit stressing about the perfect post and the perfect picture and the perfect filter and the perfect, just do it. She said, just do what brings you joy. And that like to me just, like I said, relieved a lot of pressure, because we get like so caught up into, is this picture perfect? Is this like going to go right? Am I saying all the right words? And she's like, just be you, just be naturally you. And that's what people are going to be drawn to. You don't have to be special. You don't have to do anything that's not you. Just be yourself. And she said she actually almost quit coaching 3 different times because she felt stuck. And can you imagine, like, look at where she is now. It's just so, like, I think every coach said that at some point they felt like they were going to quit. They wanted to quit, but they just stuck to it. And that's how you get to the top. And then she said, as far as what to post, she said, post about your vital behavior. So be on your own journey and post about it. What are you learning in your personal development? Are you doing a miracle morning? How is that affecting you? Did you stick to your meal plan that day? What are you learning about your meal plan? You know, the more people saw her stuff, the more they remembered who she was. So that's why she was so big about posting multiple times a day. But she said, post as much as it makes you happy. If you want to post once a day and that's all you want to do that. If you feel good posting 6 times a day, do that. But just post what makes you happy. And then post about every piece of your life, not just fitness, like we've talked about before. They don't want perfect. They want relatable, which is always good. And I can see it too. I mean, I don't know if you saw my post on Friday about having a horribly messy kitchen, but people totally related to that. So just being real and being normal is what people want to see. And then she talked about her Instagram stories and keep them light and fun and flowing. She said only talk about Beachbody like 1 or 2 times a week. And that's not something I'm very good about. Usually that's like every single day for me. So I'm trying to post about other things in my stories because that's, again, what people are going to relate to. And she said, don't overthink it. Just be you. She kept saying that all the time. Doing giveaways, reaching out to companies to like match up with them or whatever. Okay, so those are the biggest things. And then Keisha Fitzgerald, I wanted to mention this yet. Keisha, she was one that I went live in. She was the one that I talked about like how to invite in our team page. So go back and watch her because I thought that one was so good. I loved how she talked about inviting and just made it super simple. So that was a really good talk. So you can watch the whole thing on our team page if you go just search inviting, and I think it'll come up. Shh, honey, it's coming, okay? Just got to wait 5 more minutes and a new one will come, okay? So those are the biggest things. We have like 2 minutes left. So I'm just going to end there. But it was incredible. So I'm so excited. Melanie just earned her invite for next year. So she's already going, and we have so many people that can make it. So I would love to have a bunch of people to be able to join Melanie. It's just so much fun. And they have like free Shakeology for you. And like, oh, I loved all the meals were like Fixate approved. It was like so cute. That was like amazing to me. It's like, it's nice to travel and be able to like stay on track. So anybody have questions or anything else you wanted to add? Otherwise, take a picture while you're at it because we have less than a minute. So we're almost done. But pop on if you have a question quickly or if anything else is going on. Let's see. All right. Well, that is probably it then. So guys have a great week, and we will chat again soon. Bye, guys. Thanks for coming.